Zeiss Jena Flektogon 20mm 2.8. Let's go. A couple weeks ago, I was on a shoot, looking at footage in the hotel, saw one clip that stood out from all the rest, and it was the Zeiss Flektogon 35mm, which I've talked about a lot over the past couple months. March 24th, 2022, $152.50, tested it out, and I thought, something looks different about this. Since then, I have been scooping up Zeiss Jenas on eBay and feel like it's too good to be true. This is the newest member of the family. The Zeiss Flektogon 20mm T2.8 in a PL mount. Beautiful condition, very smooth, declicked aperture. This one was a little more than the $150, but this lens is a little more rare and it is in amazing, perfect condition. Now the 35 is on this camera right here, and a couple videos ago I compared this 35 to two 35mm on the 24-70, so instead of just looking at that again, you could take a look at that video. The difference is big. They did it different back when they made these lenses. Now with new technology, it's easy to put them on all different types of cameras. This is the 20mm. I have this PL mount on a Sony FX3 right now. These lenses, for what they are cheap. No matter what mount you need or what lens you're going after, what I found on eBay is insane. I used to think that there were two categories. One, the really high, and two, the affordable, easy to get stuff, which is like affordable to buy and affordable to rent, and nothing really in between. I found myself using lenses that I was getting bored of, that I didn't really love the look of. Here's the point. There's tons of lenses on eBay right now that are incredible. This thing looks good. That's all there is to it. This 20 is what you saw in the beginning of the video. I had it on the FX3. I have a PL mount on the FX3. That's another reason why I look for PL lenses. I will go on eBay and search Zeiss PL. And you can see a lot of options here. It's truly incredible what you can get for the prices here. I feel like it's too good to be true. These are really nice lenses, and it's not like they're weirdly vintage. They're not like out of control. They look very nice. They're sharp. They have insane close focus, and the total cost for a 20, a 35, a 51.4, and an 80 is so much less than a new set of affordable cine lenses. For the four of these, what am I looking at? Under $2,000. They're made by Zeiss. They have the gear, declicked aperture, solid PL mount. You can get a PL mount for every camera that I've used. I have a PL mount on the Sony, Komodo, on the C70, Blackmagics, anything with an RF mount you can put a PL mount on. So you can use these lenses on a huge range of cameras, all the way up to the top of the top. All right, let's take a look at how close these two match. I've set up just a little scene here with a couple different colors just to see how each lens reproduces those colors and see if there's any difference. The 20 has an MC coating on it and the 35 does not, but they are both Flektogons. So let's see how close they are. Here we have the 20mm at 2.8. You can see we have green, orange, shades of red on the apple, and just varying different luminances and bright light through the mirror. 20 at 2.8. 4. This is particularly evident on larger sensors with wider angle lenses. If you're wide open, even though it's kind of hard to see, the lens isn't performing at its best in terms of an even illumination of the sensor. So this is at a 2.8 and this is at a 4. You can see how it evens out at a 4. This is with most wider angle lenses on a large sensor. But anyways, 2.8, we have a 4, and a 5.6. We will move on to the 35mm. So from what I see, here's the 20mm at 2.8, and here's the 35 at 2.8. 20, 35. I mean, straight off the bat, these are working for me. These match. I'm super pumped to get the 50 and the 80 in my hands in a couple weeks. So 35 at 2.8, 35 at 4. You can see same thing here. The edges clean up. And then a 5.6. Now we have the 35 at a similar field of view to the 20, matching very well. They're both at T28. And now we have one where I moved the light down just so it's in the same position. So the lighting in the scene will be a little bit different, but you can just kind of see the little bit of glow in the light that's coming through the mirror. 35 at the same field of view as the 20, or similar, close to the same field of view. 2.8, 4, 5.6. You can see how the edges, in terms of the vignette, clean up a little bit as you stop down. Now let's take a look at the close focus. This is the 20 with a quarter at close focus. It's about 4 or 5 inches from the end of the lens. And the lens is marked with a close focus of 0.19 meters. Okay, now that we're looking at close focus on the 35, the lens is marked at 0.18 meters, so get a little bit closer here, and it's a 35, so the quarter will appear larger. All right, last thing we're going to look at here with these two is just the flares. This is the 20, and it has a nice flare. It rainbows a little bit. This flashlight is flickering a little bit. I can't get the flicker to go away on the FX3, which is a whole nother story that I've been trying to figure out for a long time and have Sony fix, but that's for another time. When we see here, there's kind of a lot of, I don't know what you'd call, I wouldn't call it a starburst, but the lens is wide open, but you can see a lot of lines coming from this flashlight. And when we were outside, I didn't necessarily see that with the shots in the sun, like this shot right here, but different scenario, maybe it's the light, but generally what I've seen, the flare is really nice, as well as you can see the flare on these shots of me just testing out again with the flashlight. You can see a little bit of what it looks like coming from the side. It's very nice. Again, this is the 20 millimeter. Okay, now let's look at the 35. For my standards, I say that they would fit with each other. Different lenses, they're pretty affordable. They fit enough for my purposes. And it could be the MC coating that on the 20 that makes things a little bit different. All right, that's pretty much it. Love experimenting with these. Great value, super cool look. Got a couple tests coming up with lenses that you can't buy. Pumped about that. Peace.